Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader. And today's collective reading feels like it's indicating some of the changes that the last reading I did talked about, that we're going through collectively and that we've actually initiated for ourselves. So what I'm seeing is, first of all, this card, which so often speaks to feeling without in some way. This is Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth, so they often speak to the material realm, our material resources, but also other resources that are a little more ethereal, like time and energy. And yeah, so earth is an interesting one because in order for me to read, I have to kind of go beyond the preconceived notions that we have about materialism and that being bad and that being all that earth relates to. This element it's a lot. It speaks to our physicality, our physical health, also our money, also our sense of, it can be status, job status, things like that, having a home to go to, having clothes. I mean, all of these things that can really go in any one direction, and that we, as a society, we tend to divide material and spiritual, but that's kind of a limited way to look at it. So anyway, what I'm seeing in this card is that we're busy overcoming our own personal sense of lack and feeling out in the cold. These people are literally out in the cold. And also, yeah, what's coming to me is that we are in the process of changing our relationship with the things that we desire, that we've previously felt we either weren't entitled to, or for whatever one reason, whatever negative beliefs we've held about ourselves, resources that we just felt cut off from in some way, that perspective is shifting within ourselves. And so that's what this reversal feels like it's about to me. We're in the process of allowing ourselves access to resources maybe we didn't even know we had. And so in the process, we overcome our personal feelings of poverty or lack or being without. So that's what I'm getting there. We're also choosing to move in new directions, and I'm seeing that here too. So we have Lovers, which can feel like such a loaded card, just in terms of sexual relationship, romantic relationship. Lovers is kind of all of that, but also more. There is a theme of choice. There's a theme of balance. The number 6 that Lovers corresponds with in the deck, that also is a number of balance and serving others, but in relation to serving oneself. That's also a theme with 6. Here I feel like with the reversal and having it be across from this one, which is action and beginnings. And here we have fire. Lovers is a Gemini card, so Gemini is air. So the way this reads to me is that the choices that we've been making for ourselves have been moving us toward new beginnings. And yeah, that is really, really exciting. I know that I'm feeling that for myself, and I know that it's always interesting for me to do these readings for you guys as a collective, because I'm not always able to see as a reader in the moment doing the reading how it's gonna pertain to me. Sometimes I get it right away. Sometimes it feels like this is a reading for me and And so I have to recognize that I am still reading collectively, and it's also for me. And then some readings hit me like a ton of bricks after I've already given them and am going through whatever personal experience in real time that my reading was talking about, like the day before. Yeah, it's always interesting for me as a reader to read for all of you and to recognize the ways in which it pertains to me as well as a fellow human being. So, the choices that we have been making for ourselves have been moving us in new directions. And what I'm getting is initiating new beginnings. We've been initiating new beginnings for ourselves. And yeah, we've been, this guy is coming up again, I know. So here we have Page of Swords. Swords are air, so this is that element of the intellect, the mind, how we process things mentally. The questions we ask, he's very much about asking questions. I'm thinking suddenly of that catchphrase we have, but why though, but why? In the way that a very young child might ask, why? Why is the sky blue? This is a very young energy. And so, yeah, so we've been asking why. And this energy is also on its head in this reading, and it's underneath this energy also on its head. So it's like, and I know this came up in another reading. We've been, what I'm getting suddenly too is we've been asking deep questions, deeply personal questions, and maybe from a younger place. I mean, this feels like the inner child asking, but why though? Why? Questioning the circumstances in our lives that have always felt lacking or less than or painful in some way. I mean, it's painful to be out in the cold, right? So whatever situations that we've been through that have kind of stuck with us or stuck in our personal narrative of pain or lack, there's some part within us that's been questioning that all along as well. And so, yeah, that's a very, very interesting message, because to me, even as this energy can feel kind of directionless, it's kind of going in all directions. It's a little bit maybe scattered, or maybe even the urgency of the questions that our inner child is asking just feels so, they don't fit in with our adult logic, With the urgency of our inner children asking questions that feel persistent and intense, and again, that that kind of that meme-like question, but why though? I feel like this is an interesting reading that speaks to the relationship between our inner child and our adult, that's able to make the decisions that affect the changes that we've been wanting all along, that all parts of us maybe have been wanting all along. So there's something really beautiful in that, in the relationship between our adult selves and our inner children, and being able to take care of the needs that we have in new ways that, again, that lead us in new directions. I am really getting that sense that we are in it. We're in the middle of it. And so this is a piece of my artwork that also just kind of wanted to come out and be a part of this reading. And what I'm getting here is that as our adult selves are more grounded, here you have root chakra energy. So that speaks to being able to really stand and center within ourselves in powerful ways. it's like we see the obstacles before us, and we see what I get from this particular artwork is there's just a lot before us. So whatever we're taking on, the intensity of that, and that sense that what we're taking on can go in a lot of different directions, and that it has a lot of parts. So like Abraham Hicks would say, there's a lot of moving parts that we in our adult lives are needing to take care of for ourselves. And it does feel like we're in initiating the changes that take us in these new directions. We're also taking on a lot here, and again, that we may be right in the middle of this energy that's so dense, and that just has so many moving parts. So all of these things that feel like they need to be taken care of from our grounded adult perspective. And at the same time, what I'm seeing is that we're still doing it. We're still maintaining. We're still on top of things. We're still making the choices for ourselves that initiate these powerful changes. And that's kind of everything. It's really easy for maybe the scatteredness or the intensity of all of this. And I am just getting from this that sense of a lot of moving parts, a lot of different things that make up some kind of ongoing themes within our lives that we are addressing from that more centered, more grounded self. So even as some part of us is questioning and making its needs known, and feeling the urgency of things, we're not necessarily acting from that part where it's most important. It really is that. It's interesting the way this reading is speaking to that relationship between our adult selves and our inner children. So just trust that you all as adults are doing the right things for yourself and are taking care of the things that need to be taken care of, even as this part of you may feel kind of overwhelmed or not able to see the forest for the trees. I'm getting this energy that I keep kind of pointing to. It feels like a dense forest where it's easy to get lost, and it's easy for our younger selves to feel really lost. But even so, the changes that we're making for ourselves and the decisions that are launching those changes, they're powerful, they're grounded, and they're good. And I do feel like they are, the words that are coming to me, they're also perpetually in motion. So there will always be more of them, and there will always be a new beginning. But also specifically within this reading, this is a period of time that's ripe for new beginnings. And so good on all of you that you're taking advantage of that you're really allowing. Again, I am feeling that you're really allowing yourselves to see what felt maybe impenetrable or impossible to find a way past. That you're willing to see new directions, or at very least you're able to see and make the choices that will lead you in new directions beyond whatever these feelings of lack or doubt or being without are. I really feel like it's about moving beyond that. And again, if you're feeling kind of stuck in this mode, or stuck in that dense forest, and not really able to see things clearly, just know that you will come out of that and you will make the decisions that you need to make for yourself that kind of allow for whatever clearing you can find too. Because, and I was just telling a friend this yesterday, a reading is like, it's a snapshot in time. And so again, if you're here, this can change like that. And that's because we're more powerful than we realize a lot of the time. And so the things that we choose for ourselves, you know, that's powerful too. That's the power, again, that we realize from that adult vantage point that our inner child or children aren't always able to see. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that those of you who watch it are able to take something good away from it and feel a little bit more empowered in your adult selves. And I look forward to making more videos, doing more readings. And if you haven't yet, if you have any interest, I know I've talked about Patreon a lot. Please check out the link below, because Patreon is also a lovely way in which you can support me and support the work that I do and support this channel. And I also love it because I get to create new community and new opportunities to give back to all of you that are supporting me through monthly donations as well. So please, if you're interested, go ahead and check out my Patreon page. It allows you access to different content, and depending on how much you choose to donate, there are different benefits that correspond with that. It's really a cool system, and I love that I get to set it up on my own terms. So again, yeah, if you're interested, please check it out. And for all of you, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.